Okay, when we make the determination, or how do we decide what organizations we're going to work with and support and become engaged with? And we have a 9-point filter process that we evaluate the organizations. The first one, exclusively serving the economically disadvantaged. Okay, I know there are some organizations that do great work and help people who are living in poverty, but it's a very small part of what they do. It's almost ancillary to their main focus. That's not an organization that we get involved with. It has to be 100% of the work of the organization has to be serving economically and socially disadvantaged people. It has to be an organization that builds self-esteem and empowerment. There's a lot of great organizations that serve the poor in areas that we can't be very helpful with. It could be soup kitchens or shelters. Those are all, unbelievable organizations and incredible work that's needed, but it's not our area of focus. It's not where we can be very helpful in. The third one is being located in Northeast Ohio, so we do have a geographic focus, so that way we can be more hands-on with the organizations that we support. As I made mention before, there's 3 additional filters in terms of education, employment, and entrepreneurship. So the main focus of the organization has to be related directly and very closely to one of those 3 or all 3. And one thing you'll notice on the right-hand side, I distinguish between a friend and a partner. So if you, in fact, are an organization that serves the economically disadvantaged and the method by which you do does provide self-esteem and empowerment, and you are located in Northeast Ohio, because we certainly admire the work you do, we want to count you as a friend of ours, and sometimes that's just being a friend, and sometimes that means providing small grants. So as you move down the continuum, and the more of these filters for which you qualify for, the more likely you would evolve into a partner of ours. And really what distinguishes ultimately a friend from a partner and ultimately a program partner, which I'll get to, is we do a comprehensive organizational assessment. So we'll come in and with the management team evaluate what the capacity constraints are and what the strengths and weaknesses and the opportunities and the threats are of the organization. And if it's more of a social business endeavor, then we'd be very much reviewing the business plan to determine what we believe to be the true potential of impact for the organization. And that also allows us to really identify firsthand with the organization what the real needs are, because sometimes what you think the needs are, when you go through the process, you find that there's actually more pressing opportunities for increasing your capacity that's going to ultimately make the biggest difference. So even if an organization ultimately isn't determined to be a good fit for our organization, the process by which we go through oftentimes is very helpful, and almost every organization I've worked with has been very appreciative of having gone through that process. Of course, there's a relationship piece, whether or not there's a good fit and whether or not we can maintain, a functional relationship. Okay? And so that's a critical piece of determining who we engage with. And the last one is really probably as important as all of the other ones, which is the potential for a program that has scale and or leverage.